What's up, everybody? It's me, Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays, here with some more college basketball for all of you little hoop heads out there. Do give me a follow over at Picks and Parlays. Check out the X page and the YouTube page. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all those kinds of things. We're talking basketball on your Monday night. Can y'all believe it's December already? I'm stoked. We got a 9 p.m. start time on the East Coast, and it's going to be aired on ESPN Plus. Like everybody else, there's like no good basketball on regular channels tonight. I'm thinking it's because there might be a football game on tonight on Monday. I don't know. So both of these teams are 7-0. California Baptist and Colorado, 7-0 teams. Colorado's a minus 12.5 here. Total's a 147.5. That opened at a 10.5 though, and it inched its little way up. And that is something that is going to be important as we talk about this game. So let's discuss some numbers, right? Like we usually do. The numbers on this one did not come out too far off. I know a lot of times the thing that I'm talking to y'all about is, look, these numbers, the book says this, but my numbers say that. Really, it's pretty spot on. The book says that CalBap scores 75. I have them at 74. Says they give up 63. I've got them at 63. Over on the other side, Colorado has them scoring 90. I've got them at 89, and they're giving up 78. I've actually got them giving up 74. So their defense has kind of tightened up a bit in their last 5 games, because that's the 5 that I keep stats on. Or not keep stats on, but use stats against the book's numbers. So, all the numbers are pretty spot on there. So there's no real discrepancy as far as what is going on that in that realm. So now I want to kind of look at the coaches and the rosters. Right now, I just did a different free pick video on the Portland-Stanford game that's also happening Monday night tonight. So check that out, because coaching really played a big part, kind of not only in my pick, but just in how different the two teams were. So let's start off with, I don't know where he is. I don't know. Oh, there he is. The CalBap head coach is a guy named Rick Croy. Now, Rick Croy, I was doing a little bit of research on him. He has like whole videos on his coaching style, right? He has like how to be a great human, how to be a great point guard, all those kind of stuff. So he's like a coach. He's a coach. This is his damn deal, is what he does. He's from San Diego, California, which is kind of important because like you've got that hometown pride, right? For me, that's always important. If a coach is coaching either at the school he used to go to or from the place that he's from, I feel like there's a little more incentive and a little more pride on the line. So Rick Croy's from San Diego. He's been at CalBap since 2013. And in 2018, CalBap made it to Division I basketball. So he's a part of bringing a D2 school into the D1 range, right? He was also an assistant coach at St. Mary's. I need my glasses on. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes I need them. He played at San Francisco State. 5 straight NCAA Division II tournaments he went to from 2014 to 2018, which is the year that they moved into Division I, and 2 Pacific West Conference titles. So that's what this guy has done. So when I get the vibe on Mr. Rick Croy, what I'm thinking is like, he's a builder, right? He is freaking committed and dedicated not only to his faith, I'm sure, but to like, he's changing the game for this school, right? There's going to be like an asterisk. There's like a mark on the timeline before Division I, after Division I, and Rick Croy is all over that. So I feel like he's got a lot of pride and he really understands what his goal is, right? His roster, just to throw it out there, and you guys know I like my international players. He's got 3 seniors and a junior on the starting 5. First of all, the other's a freshman from Germany. He's got a junior from Canada, a senior, 3 seniors from Oregon, Las Vegas, and Compton, California. On the bench, he's got a senior named Bowser, and then he's also got a junior from Venezuela. So 4 on the bench is what he's got all day. Same on the other side. They've got 4 on their bench too. So we're not going to have any big discrepancies there. But he's got a great mix of kind of upperclassmen, local guys, but like local to the West Coast, right? Las Vegas, Compton, Oregon. We're all still kind of from this coast. And I said international guys, upperclassmen. So I kind of like what he's got going on right now. Okay. Kind of like it. They are number 1 in the WAC. This is a WAC team, Western Athletic Conference. Okay. So then let's pop over here. Boop. Colorado head coach is Tad Boyle. Already, I don't like Tad Boyle because he's a Kansas guy, and I don't like Kansas, and I don't have to. So put it in the little comments, whatever. But that's just it. Colorado 7-0. They're looking for their 7th straight home win. Okay, so this is kind of that shows us that they have a little bit of that motivation going on. Now, Tad Boyle used to actually play for Kansas. He played under Larry Brown. He is 62 years old. He is actually from Colorado, which does make a difference. Like we kind of talked about, he's from Colorado. And as far as Kansas goes, he played on the 1984 and the 1985 NCAA tournament teams. So there's that. It says bad year. I want to say he's coming off of a bad year. Let's check out his starting lineup, though. He's got 1 senior, 2 juniors, and 2 sophomores. Sophomore from Slovakia and 1 from Canada. He's got 4 on the bench. All 4 of them are freshmen, although 1 is from Israel. So I don't like his team as much. I'm just like, not super hyped up. I don't feel the mission. I don't feel this is our senior year and we're representing, we're doing it for coach. I don't feel that necessarily with them. However, capability and ability are 2 different things, right? Are they capable of upsetting Colorado? They sure are. Are they going to be able to? Maybe not. I don't know if I said that right, but I think you know what I was trying to say. Okay, so one more time. They've been outscoring their opponents by about 12 points per game. The spread's out of 12.5 on this one. The spot where I think the pick is at, where I think the value is right here, is CalBap first half plus the 6.5. Their first half, otherwise I think their stats are pretty right on, except you could argue that because it opened at a 10.5 and moved up to a 12.5, that grabbing 12.5 points with CalBap is a good idea. But I'm just not that super sold. I'm just not that super sold on them, I guess. For a full game, but for half of a game. However, okay, let's get back to it. So stats are CalBap first half is averaging 38 points and giving up 30, right? Colorado is averaging 42 points, but giving up 33. So I feel like CalBap plus 6.5 is the play, is the way to go here. They score 4 less, but they give up 3 less. Does that make sense? So averages and all that stuff as it goes, I'm taking CalBap plus the 6.5. Now, this is important for all of you in-gamers out there, for you live bettors, whatever's going on at the half. If Colorado is up something stupid at the half, or if we just cash this plus the 6 and the hook wins us, I would be looking to CalBap full game. Just throwing it out there. Plus the points in the full game if you're getting more than that 12.5. I would just keep your little eye out for that. I'd probably be looking for something like a 14 and 15.5, but whatever you can get, just throwing it out there. That seems to me like what might be happening in this situation. Okay. Okay. I don't know if that all came out right. Sometimes you do so many freaking stats, you just forget what you're saying, and so many videos that you forget what you're saying. Another little thing I did was CalBap on the road. What I didn't love about them, what I didn't love about them full game, now I see it. Sorry, my camera keeps slipping away from me. They played 3 road games, even though it's not going to look like they have, but they have played 3 road games. Oh, the altitude. That's the biggest thing I need to touch on. They did beat UC Irvine. They beat Oregon State, and they played in a Palm Spring tournament and beat San Diego, which remember is where that coach went to school, or is from, not went to school, but is from. It was 73-64 is their average. They score 73 and they give up 64, which is still pretty spot on for the regular shit. This is why I don't know about the full game. I remembered it's because of Colorado's altitude. And in the last video, I did the Portland and Stanford video that I did. I mentioned that Portland had played Wyoming at one point in their season, and the score was like, it was 56-83 or something. I have it written. I literally have it written down right here in the book that I keep all my stats in. It was 93-56 in Laramie, Wyoming. Well, CalBAP is now playing in Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado. You know what the elevation is in Boulder, Colorado? Because I do. It's 5,328 feet. Okay, so as a first half team, and this doesn't happen to everybody, but it's something to always keep in mind when you see teams like Colorado and you see teams like Wyoming, football or basketball, that elevation matters. It's going to gas them out. There's less oxygen up there. Your body doesn't kind of like feel the same. And a lot of times teams go out ahead of schedule and acclimate to that. But, you know, like playing full on basketball games against a hungry opponent is a little bit of a different thing. So I think first half CalBAP, I trust that. I don't know whether or not the elevation gets to them a little bit. They're sea level ass people, you know, like that's just it. They played, where they play? Like Oregon. I looked up what's their elevation. Like, okay, well, that's a little farther. No, it's 236 feet. That is not even like the 5,000,328. It's still less than the 328. Never mind the 5,000 other feet. You know what I'm saying? So just something to keep out for. And I would kind of lean this to an under also. Even though the number's going up, it's a 147.5 and it's gone up to a 149, which typically means money's coming in on the over. They're raising it up. The number of the total is going up because they want people to take the under. Did I just say that? Am I that person now? Now am I the public and I'm just taking the under? No, I do kind of like this under though. I will say that the total average for the Lancers in their last 5 is like a 137. For Colorado, it's a 163 though. I don't know. I'm leaning on an under on this one is what I'm saying. But I'm not like that's not an official play. Last week I was 11-4 in my first week of free pick videos ever. Okay. I used to give you guys all my picks on the Morningwood show. And then I just like back to back with the handicappers, right? And interview them, get their picks. Last week was my very first free pick show all week long in my very own bets. And I was 11-4. Tell your friends. So we're going to hope for another week like that again. And this is going to be pick number 2 on my ride to 15-0. All right, guys, I'm Allie Burns once again. Follow me over at Plus Money Honey if you're looking for more of me. Follow Picks and Parlays. Oh, that's not the button. Follow Picks and Parlays and like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Good luck, everybody. I've got a bunch more picks coming for your Tuesday basketball, so make sure you're ringing that bell for notifications. All right, bye, guys.